Hi, Hayagrivas. Nice to meet you all again. Children, in the previous video session, we learnt about the resources, land and soil. Now, in this video session, we are going to learn about the resources, water, natural vegetation and wildlife. First, we are going to see about water. First, we must know what is water. Water is made with tiny molecules of hydrogen and oxygen. The formula for water is H2O, which means water is formed by the combination of two hydrogen molecules and one oxygen molecule. The general characteristic of pure water is pure water has no color, no taste, and it doesn't smell of anything. Why do we need water, children? We need water because water is the most important resource on earth. We need water to grow and stay alive. In fact, we could only live for a few days without drinking water. We also need water to grow plants, to take care of animals, to cook our food, to take bath, to brush our teeth, to flush the toilet and also to wash our clothes. Do you know, children? Nearly 97% of water is saline and not fit for human consumption. Fresh water accounts for only 2% in the form of snow and ice. Only 1% of fresh water is available and fit for human use. First, let us see what is salt water. Salt water is water that has a higher concentration of dissolved salts. This means the content of salt is more present in salt water. Salt is not the only component in salt water. It also contains other chemicals which are also classified as salts. Next, what is fresh water? Fresh water is water that has a low concentration of dissolved salts. This means the content of salt is very less in fresh water. It can be in liquid, gaseous or solid state. Where can we find fresh water, children? We can find fresh water in rivers. In other hand, we can find salt water in seas and oceans. Why is this water important? We already know that every day for so many purposes we are using water. Living things could not survive without water. Human bodies are made up of about 72% of water. Children, do you have the habit of drinking water? If not, from today onwards, start to drink water. Because drinking 2 glasses of water in the morning helps to activate our internal organs. Drinking 1 glass of water before a meal will help in digestion. Drinking 1 glass of water before taking a shower helps to prevent high blood pressure in our body. Last, drinking a glass of water before bed helps to prevent strokes or heart attacks. So, don't forget, children, start to drink plenty of water. So, it is necessary or it is our duty to save water. Water is the most essential, perishable and precious resource on earth. Unwanted and unnecessary use of water may lead to famine, droughts and various other problems. Already we know that fresh water supply is limited in quantity. So it is unnecessary to save water. Saving water is not the duty of any single person, but is the duty of every citizen in the nations. What will happen if we do not save water? If we do not save water, it will lead to water scarcity. What is water scarcity or water shortage? Water shortage happens when an area does not have enough water to meet the needs of the people who live there. A shortage is caused mainly by too much demand or not enough supply. Water scarcity also occurs due to population growth, changes in climate, changes in land use, urbanization, poverty, and natural disasters. Hence, it is very necessary to conserve water. So, it is necessary to conserve water. First, we must accept that it is our responsibility to save water, especially in rural areas. Scientific methods should be used for irrigation. By the adoption of micro irrigation methods and rainwater harvesting techniques, we can solve water problems in rural areas. Children, keep up in your mind the important slogan, the precious slogan. Water is a treasure, save it with pleasure. Now, let us learn about natural vegetation. What is natural vegetation? Natural vegetation refers to a plant community which has grown naturally without human aid, that is, without the help of human beings, and has been left undisturbed by humans for a long time. Here are some factors which affects natural vegetation. They are land, soil, temperature, sunlight, precipitation, and ecosystem. The growth of vegetation depends primarily on temperature and moisture. Due to difference in temperature and moisture, our country experience major types of vegetation. Here are some 5 major types of vegetation. They are tropical evergreen forest, tropical deciduous forest, tropical thorn forest, mountain forest, and mangrove forest. Now we are going to see each type of forest in detail. First one is tropical evergreen forest. See the picture, children. You can find no gap between the trees, and trees are very tall. The features of tropical evergreen forest are, we can see tropical evergreen forest in the areas which receive heavy rainfall. They are also so dense that sunlight does not reach to the ground. They are called evergreen forests because many trees shed their leaves at different times, so they appear green at all the time. The next forest is deciduous forest. Can you see the difference between evergreen forest and deciduous forest, children? Here in deciduous forest, you can see gap, space between each and every trees. The general characteristics of tropical deciduous forest are temperature changes from season to season. Annual rainfall ranges from 50 cm to 200 cm. Soil is also very much rich in nutrients. Trees are spread further apart, which allows some sunlight to reach the forest floor. These deciduous forests have a moderate climate, that is not so hot and not so cool. Already we know the soil is very much rich in nutrients. The third forest is mangrove forest. Mangrove forest can survive in both saline and fresh water. These mangrove forests are found along the tidal belts of deltas. So they are also known as tidal forests. These mangrove forests are found in Sundarbans in West Bengal, Pichavaram in Tamil Nadu, near Chilka in Odisha, and in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. The Sundari tree is the most common species in the mangrove forest. These Sundari trees have special roots known as breathing roots, which come out of the soil and take oxygen from air. See the roots, children, in the picture. See the roots. The roots, breathing roots, have come outside. Now tropical thorn forest. Here we can find more trees which have lots of thorns. The general features of tropical thorn forests are these cover around 5% of total forested area of the country. Thorn forests grow in those regions which receive less than 70 centimeter of rainfall. This type of vegetation is found in northwestern part of India. For example, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Uttar Pradesh and Haryana. The trees found here are scattered. The plants have long roots to stock water deep inside the ground. Mountain forest. The last forest is mountain forest. The main features of mountain forest. Vegetation varies according to the increase in altitude, that is according to the increase in height. Mountain forests are mostly found in hilly and mountain region, that is in Himalayan region. Now let us see the importance of forests. Forests influence climate and cause rainfall. Forests help to reduce soil erosion, helps to control wind force and temperature, and it also provides shelter to various animal species. They support a variety of industries. They also offer panoramic or scenic view of recreation. Forest help to control flood and also to purify the air. The last topic of this lesson is wildlife. Wildlife refers to all non-domesticated plants, animals and other organisms. Wild animals, aquatic animals, insects and birds come under the category wildlife. Wildlife can be found in all ecosystems, in deserts, in rainforests, in grasslands and also in forests. Now we shall see the importance of wildlife. Wildlife helps to preserve biodiversity. It also helps to maintain food chains and food web. We get useful products from wildlife like food, medicines, leather, bones, honey, lac and so on. Children, in the past, there were more than 500 species of mammals, 1220 species of birds, 1600 species of reptiles and amphibians, and 57,000 species of insects. But now, due to indiscriminate killings, several birds and animals have either become extinct or on the verge of extinction. The reduction in birds and animals lead to unbalanced food chain and ecosystem, reduction in rare wild animals, danger to human life, and impact on biodiversity. Hence, it is necessary to conserve our wildlife. What is wildlife conservation? Wildlife conservation is the practice of protecting endangered plants and animal species and their habitats. If we follow this wildlife conservation, future generations can enjoy on seeing wildlife. How to conserve wildlife? First, we must show love towards Mother Nature and animals, and we have to limit our industrial activities. We must reserve forests and we must study their habitat. If we know what they need to survive, it will be easier to protect their habitat. And we must avoid throwing plastics into rivers and seas. Marine wildlife such as turtles, whales, dolphins confuse plastic with food. When ingested, their digestive tracts may become blocked and they may die of starvation. Conservation of wildlife. How we can follow this? Preserving the natural habitats of animals. Banning, stopping poaching of animals, that is hunting of animals, protecting endangered species of animals, setting up of wildlife sanctuaries, national parks, biosphere reserves, and so on. Our ex-Prime Minister, Mr. Jawaharlal Nehru, said, life would be very dull and colorless if we did not have these magnificent plants, animals, and birds to look and play with. To bring awareness in the minds of people, we are celebrating two important festivals, that is, Van Mahotsav on 1st July and Wildlife Day on 3rd March, in order to bring awareness among the people. How? By planting so many saplings and also to conserve wildlife, to save wildlife. Now we have come to the conclusion of this lesson. Forests and wildlife are the renewable natural resource, and if all the plant programs are effectively executed, in a few decades the flora and the fauna will start to flourish. Now is the time to give assignment. Frame one words for this lesson on your own. This is the assignment allotted to you children. Thank you children. See you again.